Hello everyone, Jay Mullings from Red Mirror, aka wickedpenman. Please like, comment, subscribe, you already know, all that good stuff. Well, this is another video shot in January that will end up coming out in December. Sort of my thing now, right? No, but I wanted to do it again because to me it was a helpful exercise to see where I was last year, you know, at the beginning of the year in January, and then watch the video in December and be like, whoa, like a lot has changed between the beginning and the end. So figured it'd be a good exercise to do it again, run that back, so to speak, you know. And I'm literally figuring out the goal part as we go along right now. I have an outline in my mind, but like a specific goal set, like that's what this video exists for. What I want to explain as well is what I plan to do: shoot this, edit it, and watch it regularly. So you know, like you have you tell yourself affirmations every day. You write down a goal, and then every day you're supposed to look at the goal that you wrote down. Well, this is that in video form, yeah? So I guess the first thing, and comment as I go along. So if I mention a goal, and let's say I accomplished that goal by February, I'll mark it in the comments as completed this goal in February. So by the time you see this, it's at the end of the year. So it will be a happy new year type situation. Maybe I'll schedule this one on January 1st this time. How about that? No, it doesn't make sense because it'll be a new year and this will be a year old. So no. What I'll do, I'll schedule it for New Year's Eve, same as last year. But yeah, I'll mark it in the comments to say my progress, what I've done, what I've achieved, what I've failed, so on and so forth. So first things first, new EP, 100%. That's definitely on the cards. I want to create anywhere between 4 to 6 songs. Most likely 6 this time because I did 6 the first time. I had 6 tracks this time, but technically it's 5 because one of them was an intro. This time I want 6 songs on there. So if I do an intro, I will embed it into the tracks if I have to. I can do what I want. There's a few names that have sort of been spinning around my head, not sure yet, but it will either be 2122, as in 2122, as in like the future, the year 2122, or I'm thinking of Iley, ILY 22, Iley 22. And I'll tell you what Iley 22, well, you'll probably find out what it means by the time this comes out. I'm thinking it will stand for I love you 22. Yeah. So I'm hoping for a good year, as you could tell. Yeah, so that will be that. When will it be out? I need to go one better instead of, because I've released 2 EPs in September. I need to release this one in August. The end of August is what I'm aiming for. Yeah, I feel like that's a good time. End of August, middle of August, between that time. If I could get it done for my grandfather's birthday, that'd be beautiful. That's the 15th of August. Yeah, I've tentative date 15th of August. If not, it will be in September. And as long as it comes out in September, I'll be happy. I'm not really bothered when in September. And that will be 3 Septembers in a row. If it's August, it means I would have released 2 EPs in the space of 12 months. So, either way, August or September. What kind of vibe will I want to... So, 1WPM was showing versatility. It stood for one wicked penman, of course, but it also stands for 1 word per minute in literary terms and writing terms, right? And what that meant, or what that symbolized in my case, was like you're just beginning. You know, you're starting 1 word at a time, 1 word per minute. It's a crawl, but you're making progress. Level 21 was like, so if 1 word per minute is the absolute beginning, level 21 is after you've ascended a bit more and you know what you're doing. And I wanted to sort of showcase that not only do I now have a good understanding of what I'm doing, I'm brave enough to continue trying new things, right? So that's the thing you sort of gets coached out of you, right? Like it's like when you become an expert at something, what you've learned to do is to try these things that's the perceived wisdom is these things bear no fruit, right? Whereas the beginner will try anything, because it's like, well, all of it's experience. The only thing I can do is fail here, and if I don't fail, and even when I fail, I learn. So level 21 was sort of like, yeah, I could still experiment and give you different soundscapes and take something and repurpose it. So the level 21 remix of Grown Up was like, yeah, I took the first ever song I did, here's my first ever remix. I'm gonna put it on a, so Grown Up was on a beat where you might not have gone, well, what's that beat about? This one was like, it's gone even further in that direction. So with 21, 22 or Eiley 22, whatever I'm gonna call it, I want to sort of continue in that vein, but I want it to be less dark. Level 21 was kind of dark. It was, yeah, I'd say it was 50-50, but like a strong, that dark 50% was very strong. The light 50% was light, you know. 1 WPM was balanced. It was a bit of everything. It's sort of like the Many Moods of Moses. I don't know if anyone remembers that album Beanie Man did, where he, I don't know how many different genres of music went into that. Well, his interpretation of many different genres. He did a song that was hip hop based. He did a gospel song. He did a sort of revival root song. Like, he did pretty much everything on that album. That's the album that won him the Grammy, I believe. Yeah, but anyway, sort of like, yeah, it was like a mini version of that. Not comparing them directly, I'm just saying the versatility aspect. And then level 21 was more like, this is what I want to do, but I also want to do it while continuing to experiment and search for my sound. Now I feel like I should show people, I should flex the muscle a bit more. I should show people what I've worked on these past couple of years. And you've heard me in like the remixes and the things where I've been not even messing around, but like showing you that I understand the soundscapes that other people used, and I can sort of insert myself into them. Now I need to sort of take that same energy and put it back into my own music. So I'll listen to 1 WPM, I'll listen to level 21, I'll make up my mind as to what I'd like to want to carry over and what I don't like and want to leave behind. And then boom, we go into this new thing. I imagine I'll start that around March. And then yeah, definitely gives me enough time to finish it by August. Twitch was something that was unexpected last year, but I've sort of taken it and ran with it. I want to continue to sort of develop and go in that space. Maybe get to the point of having more than one evening a week where I do it. Maybe it'll be up to 2. We'll see. I'm gonna say 2 as in that's the logical thing to strive for. If you're already doing 1 and doing 1 well, then you should start doing 2. But it depends on what the engagement is saying. If there's no one there when I do a second stream, then clearly it's not like the very best use of my time. Another thing I want to do is a behind the scenes this time. Because I know you people are nosy. You want to know everything, right? Like, you don't want no mystery no more. What I was planning to do with regards to the music and everything is to do sort of a behind the scenes. I'll do a video when I've got the ideation session, right? Well, I'm thinking about what I'm going to do. Then I'll have a video where I talk about how I'm going to do what I'm going to do. And then I'll have a video where I'm showing you sort of me. Because it's just me. You know, there's no wizard behind me. It's me. So yeah, I might do a video showing you a bit of me recording or even, I don't know if you'll want to see the mixing and engineering. Like, that stuff is boring. Like, I'll be the first to tell you, it's boring. It's boring, and you have to be very meticulous, and your ears have to be like super sharp and adjusted, and you have to be really locked in and focused and present, and it's not fun. I'd say when it comes to making music, the best parts of it are when you have that initial melody and idea in your head, when you lay it down, when you perform it, when, you know what I mean, when you experience someone else experiencing it. So if you were driving and it came on the radio, those are the things where bring you unbridled joy. And oh my God, but like the actual science of boiling it down to making it a hit record and making people that stuff is very, very, look, it's important, but it's boring. Not only is it boring, it's laborious. You know, like, takes a lot of work and energy to get them things right. You can of course, like, you can shortcut your way. You can have your presets and you can, you know, work fast, back. Like when I do like these freestyles and stuff, it doesn't take me long to do them. But when you are creating your own stuff, you do want to you want to be quite meticulous. So yeah. Anyway, I did say I was gonna try and write a script or two last year, and I didn't. So I'll say this year I'll try and write one script. That's my ambition. I've had some ideas going around my head. It's just, you know, the thing that makes me not write as much as I used to in the script while I write songs all the time is just the fact that, you know, the going on to make them part, just that part is like, it's frustrating. With a song, I write something, there's a melody in my head, set up my thing, let's get recording, and boom, we're gone. We're off. We're off and we're running. If I had like a feature film idea, it requires money. Now you can make it on close to nothing. Of course, I've done that. Like the Jam is the is the proof. I've worked on a shoestring budget, and I've did all the production roles on my own and all that. So if it came down to it, yes, I might be able to pull something off. But I'm talking something that you've written with actors in mind, different locations in mind. Like, you're writing the best thing you can write. You know, and then the idea is that it just sits there unless you can get. Yeah, that's what frustrates me with that. So I think that's logically and pragmatically why I sort of paused that and was like, develop your production abilities, develop your live streaming abilities, develop your presenting abilities, develop all of these things, knowing full well that, you know what I mean, the knack for story hasn't left me. I still have that. It's just that these things are things that people can interact with, get a feel for who I am as a person, and decide if they want to support me or not. Fine, so one script. Photography wise, may push the ball out and try to do some experimental things. You know, the things that I see with my eye. I might go a bit further in that space. Don't know how we're going to be able to evidence that. Don't know how you'll see that. I have to think about something for that. Selling merch, selling books. I definitely need to do a better job. I'm going to hold my hand up and say I need to do a better job of saying, this is where my music lives. This is where my books live. This is where my merchandise lives. This is why you should support me. This is the amount of money I need to create. So I need to do a better job of doing that. I was not all the way comfortable with these things because I'm not a beggy person. Like, I'm very much a lean on yourself, rely on yourself, find a way. But then I'm realizing in this modern world, it's whoever barks the loudest gets. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, like you've seen these big, strong pit bull looking. You're like, bloody hell, they're not skipping meals. And you have like the little chihuahua, and the little chihuahua or the little shih tzu or whatever that looks like it desperately needs a meal. Social media will feed the pit bull and leave the chihuahua to starve, or leave the shih tzu to starve. Because they're both well behaved in this scenario, by the way. They're both well behaved and they're not barking and making as much noise and shoving themselves out. And so I'm like, all right, if attention only goes to who asks for attention, I'll ask for some attention. I mean, attention on my work, not attention on me. Like, I'm not going to do controversy or stuff. At least I'm not thinking to do that. By the time this comes out, maybe I've done something stupid. I don't know. But I'm hoping to avoid all of that and just, you know, try and focus the eyes on my art. Support that. Like, help me. I'm trying to stay independent. Like, honestly, I've never had this thing where I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to be signed by a label. I want to wear a Rockefeller check. I don't give a shit about any of that stuff. I don't care. What I care about is being able to create what's in my mind, or to wake up and go, yeah, I can get the resources to pull that off. That's always been what's important to me. Not, oh yeah, like I can wear bust down watches. I don't care about stuff like that. I honestly don't. If you gave me $1 million today, right, I would spend it on proper things. Or when I say spend, I'd utilize it properly. I'm not buying Cuban link chains. I'm not buying the freshest Jordan. I don't care about that stuff. That's not to say if those people want to work with me, I'm not like, cool, sign me up. Like, but what I want to communicate in that case is the fact that I've been rewarded with these things because I didn't always run down and covet these things. There were more important things in life. These are the things that, you know, if they're trying to make that connection, it would make sense. But if they would, if say for instance, the only people that get brand deals and stuff are people that are just, oh my gosh, like I couldn't live if I didn't have a Rolex. Yeah, disqualify me, because I can live without it. I can. I've lived without it. I have. Like, you know, and I wouldn't feel comfortable portraying to someone that your life will only improve if you have this thing. No. The reason these things improve your life are because A, they're not what govern your life, and B, you know what I mean, you were already living your life at a high level before you got them. So now that you have them, it's like, okay, cool. That I'm okay with. I can work with brands and stuff like that. But anything that has to do with like carrying on as if, you know what I mean, your life is incomplete without something, no. Stuff is, I don't care about stuff, is the point I'm trying to get across. Funding, I'm going to try until I crack this nut. I'm going to get this funding somehow, some way, right? If I have to, no, I was going to say I have to cut and show them that, look, I'm bleeding. Like I bleed like you bleed. No, but I won't do that. I'm just crystallizing the point that I will do whatever it takes. Pause, rewind. I will do what is necessary to show that I'm worthy of this funding and what I will do with it and how I will utilize it. I'll try my best to be as open as possible, because here's another thing. I always feel like, you know what I mean, like the magician shouldn't reveal all of his tricks. Like it don't make no sense. Like after that, I don't feel like you'll look forward to the show if you know exactly how the trick is done. And I feel like these funding, the information, the granular detail they're asking you for, they leave no room for magic. And I guess that's how the same usual suspects get the monies, because the people know what they want to hear, and they've told them how many different ways, and they're just switching the odd words and off they go. If you're an artist, you don't want to have to sit there and completely, you know, give like a granular analysis, textual analysis of how you're going to. You just want to like, yo, trust me, I'm going to do something good with this, and here's the track record that proves that. Please fund me. And yeah, but anyway, continuing on YouTube, I went from 100, and I said when I was going to do 100, when I went to 100 videos, that I was going to get to 200 quickly. I did. Now I'm heading towards 300. By the time this comes out, I should be well over 300, well past 300, probably going on to 400. But I'm starting to question now, putting all of this content out there. Yeah, I mean, like, there needs to be more of an end goal than YouTube currently isn't working for me. I don't feel like it is. I feel like I am working very hard to get YouTube to work for. I need YouTube working for me. The way I see it work for other people, and I'm not comparing myself. I'm just saying, Black creators are the lowest on the totem pole when it comes to who YouTube is going to bless and put resources behind. This YouTube Black thing, I've gone to a lot of the events. I've given it a lot of time and leeway and an open mind, but I'm going to be honest with you. Even the information on how you become one of the creators that they sponsor or whatever, they don't give you the info on that, but they'll happily invite you to some palaver that they record. And anyway, but so yes, I'm gonna have to reevaluate at that point. But yes, I think I'll be heading towards, yeah, maybe around 325, 350 by the time this is all done. Maybe around that. But yeah, I need to start really evaluating if it's working, because if not, I may as well shoot films. I may as well spend the time, spend the effort, shoot proper stuff, and put it together and put those out there, and maybe do them less often. Again, ask for people to support it and fund it. Maybe that's the ticket. Because I would hope by now people can see, you know what I mean, what I bring to the table creatively, that, you know what I mean, I can do this. I can do a lot. What am I missing? Am I missing anything? Mental focus? Yeah, I'm hoping to stay locked in for at least 9 months of this year. Because last year I started in March. So if I'm starting now in January, I should be able to burn bright all the way till at least October, November, them time. So hopefully it's a year where because I really want to step my game up, and, you know, in all facets, just be a lot more creative, a lot quicker, a lot sharper, a lot more polished. That That's what I'm going for. I'm aiming for excellence. So I guess that goes into consistency, right? I'm planning on being very consistent, but I'm also planning on going up a level, a lot of levels. Behind the scenes, a script, EP, more stuff on Twitch. I'll probably be looking for a job on top of all of this too, like just to make sure I can fund all of this stuff. And boy, don't get me started on that. Seen a lot of companies, brands, all of that, they talk about this need for diversity and change and improvement and disruption, and all they do is hire the same old people, right? And I don't come from a straight linear, I've always wanted to do media, and no, that wasn't the reality for me. It just really wasn't. It was, it was IT, computers going to be the thing. But before that, I grew up wanting to do law because of my godfather. My godfather was a QC, a barrister. I wanted to be a barrister for a long time. And then I think it was when I caught wind of just how long they study, I'm like, nah, I'm good. And I was like, yeah, and I had a knack for technology, so they're like, yeah, go for computers. And then, you do IT in college, and after you do this course, you can go straight into a this, that, and do Cisco, and you'll get paid $70,000 a year. This was back then. That would have been a whole lot of money now. Or move to Australia. Australia is the technology capital of the world. And then, just while I was doing it, I was just like, nah, this ain't me. And then, I've been writing from young. I was writing stories, poetry, all of that stuff. But, no one really encouraged that sort of thing, right? That's like a hobby. And no. Like, no one really pushed for you to follow up on your talents. Like that's innate. No one had to teach you how to write. You were always able to write like this. Like, that's what you should do. But I like that. I sort of had to figure this out myself. I chose this before I was doing what people were sort of like, yeah. Then I was like, nope, this is what I want for myself. And I started going in that direction. So now's the time to really put my foot down and, show them the footprint I plan on leaving behind. But yeah, with any luck, I actually survived when this comes out. You never can tell. You never can tell. I'm gonna edit this and get this up as soon as possible. But if it's come down to the end of the year and I'm no longer here, then I want people to know I died trying. Didn't get rich, but I died trying. I've never been trying to get rich, to be honest. I've always tried to be successful and known in my field, like known for quality work, known for integrity, known for these sort of things, these tenets, these things that no one can take from you. Riches are things that you can have 1 minute and they're gone the next minute anyway. So see, in the back of my mind, I've been thinking about the podcast space, but the reason I'm hesitant on going down the podcast route is if I feel like it's starting to become oversaturated. But again, I'm doing YouTube and Twitch. These are very oversaturated spaces, I know. So I know that's what you're going to come back and say. But, and then like getting quality guests and people that I can't do that thing of, like, if you tell a joke and the joke's not funny, that'll be my reaction. Like, I can't I find it like impossible to do that stuff. Or if you're telling me a story and I just find you like disgusting as a human being, I can just imagine myself like, and I can't hide that either. So I'm like, should I be doing podcasts? I don't know. But yeah, maybe put an asterisk beside podcast. We'll see. I did sketch out the idea for a podcast years ago. I was supposed to do it with a friend, and that just didn't happen. The friend just never. But yeah, pretty much. And then I just sort of parked it because that was the preempting before it became this oversaturated space. That's the thing. I've always been able to spot trends before they become trends. Like, I could tell what's going to be hot next. But then I've never been like the person who will only ever exploit things that are popular. I try and do things that are unique, you understand, things that have a soul. And it's like, well, the more you learn, you learn that sometimes what you should try and do is secure your base, your finance base first. You know, build up that FU money and then do what you want. But I find a lot of people get lost in the pursuit of money, and that's why I've always tried to strive for excellence, not just monetary gain. Anyway, maybe I'm just rambling at this point, but we'll see what happens, because who knows, right? None of us can really see the future crystal clear, at least. I see bits of it sometimes, but yeah, we'll see where we're at the end of the year. But yeah, hopefully the EP does well. Hopefully the content resonates. Hopefully I get the support I need. Hopefully all of this stuff goes well. But if not, we live and we learn. Alright? J Mullings for Red Mirror, aka Wicked Penman. And when the clock strikes, have yourself a happy new year. I'm out.